If you've ever been in a startup, you know the vibe, right? It's pure chaos. Ideas are flying everywhere. People are building like crazy. But are you actually getting anywhere? What if you had a map, a real step-by-step path to take you from just an idea to a company that can actually scale? Well, that map exists, and honestly, it can be the one thing that separates success from failure. So let's get into it.
Look, so many founders just dive in head first. They take that path on the left. They've got this amazing idea, they rush to build it, and then nothing. Crickets. All that time, all that money spent solving a problem that nobody actually had. The smart approach, the one we're talking about today, is all about taking risk off the table one piece at a time. You prove the problem is real before you build. You test the solution before you perfect it, and you validate the business model before you even think about scaling. It's about being methodical, not just fast.
And this whole approach is broken down into 4 very clear stages. Think of it like your GPS for the entire startup journey. It's here to guide you right past all those common dead ends and get you on the highway to real growth.
And here they are: problem-solution fit, product-market fit, business model validation, and then finally, scaling. Now, the most important rule of the road is this: you absolutely cannot skip ahead. Each stage is the foundation for the one that comes after it. If you mess one up, the whole thing just comes crashing down. So let's break down what you have to get done in each one.
Okay, let's start at the beginning. Stage 1, problem-solution fit. This is, without a doubt, the foundation for everything you're about to do. Everything. I mean, if you get this wrong, nothing else matters.
So this whole stage is about answering one really simple but incredibly important question. Before you write a single line of code, before you spend a single dollar on ads, you have to prove with actual data that you are solving a painful, real problem for a specific group of people, and that your idea for a solution actually makes sense to them. Now, this is where it gets really practical. You're not just guessing here. A tool like FounderScope gives you a literal checklist. You have to validate your problem using something like the business model canvas and pinpoint your customer using the value proposition canvas. Then you go out and talk to people, at least 10 real interviews to building empathy map. And finally, you test a really simple, bare bones version of your product, an MVP.
And this isn't about your gut feeling. There's a hard metric. It's called the problem validation rate. To get out of stage 1, you need more than 80% of the people you talk to say, yes, this is a huge problem for me. That's your green light. If you don't hit that number, it's right back to the drawing board. No exceptions.
So once you've laid that solid foundation, you have officially earned the right to start building. Now we're on the path to growth. For these next 3 stages, we're going to look at the one key question you have to answer and the one key metric that proves you've done it.
All right, welcome to stage 2, product market fit. You've proven the problem is real. You've built a real product. But now the big question is, did you build something people actually want? Something so valuable they can't imagine going back? The real test isn't getting people to sign up, it's getting them to stay. And the numbers don't lie. The absolute gold standard for product market fit is your retention rate. If more than 40% of your users are still active with your product after 30 days, you've done it. You've built something sticky. You've found your fit. Okay, awesome. So you have a product people love. They're using it all the time. That's fantastic. But can you build a real business around it? Stage 3 is all about that. We're shifting our focus from just the product to the economic engine of the business itself. And the health of that engine comes down to one critical number: your LTV to CAC ratio, lifetime value to customer acquisition cost. Put simply, for every $1 you spend to get a new customer, you need to make at least $3 back from them over time. If you can hit that 3-to-1 ratio, you have a healthy, sustainable business model.
So you've proven the problem is real, the product is sticky, and the business model actually works. The machine is built, it's tuned. Stage 4 is about one thing and one thing only: hitting the gas. The question is no longer, does this work, but how fast can we grow this thing?
At this stage, everyone, especially investors, is looking for one clear signal. Are you growing consistently by 20% or more every single month? This proves you can pour fuel on the fire without the whole thing just blowing up. This is what real scale looks like. So that's the roadmap. But, a map is pretty useless if you don't actually follow it. This is where a tool, a compass like FounderScope, becomes absolutely essential. It's what keeps you on the path and stops you from making those really expensive mistakes. You know, the number one most fatal mistake a startup can make is trying to skip a stage. You can't have a good business model if nobody's sticking with your product. And you can't get people to stick around if you didn't solve a real problem in the first place. It sounds so obvious, but that temptation to just rush ahead is so strong.
And that's exactly where a system like FounderScope really shines. It just doesn't let you cheat. The entire roadmap is built right in, and you literally can't check off stage 2 until you've hit all the non-negotiable goals from stage 1. It forces you to have the discipline that sometimes, our own excitement can make us forget.
This kind of disciplined approach helps you dodge all those classic startup killers. Jumping to the next stage way too early, skipping one altogether, making huge decisions based on a gut feeling instead of actual data. And a big one, not going back to revalidate after you make a major pivot. A roadmap like this, it just keeps you honest.
So why does all this matter so much? Why all the discipline? Because this journey isn't just about building a company for yourself. It's about proving to the world that it works. And in the startup world, that usually means proving it to investors.
In this right here, this is the payoff. Each stage you successfully complete directly maps to a specific funding round. You finish stage 1, you're ready for a pre-seed round. You achieve product market fit in stage 2, you could walk into a pitch for seed funding with confidence. You get to stage 4 and you're hitting those scaling metrics, you're now ready to go after a Series A. This roadmap isn't just for you, it's the language that investors speak. So, after all that, the final question is for you. Take a really honest look at your startup. Where are you really on this roadmap? Are you building your house on a solid foundation, or are you just kind of hoping the wind doesn't blow it over? Your answer to that question could change everything.